3, 2, 1, Tetris. And yeah, in the playoffs, so far Liolio has played one match. That was against SV. You might know SV as being one of the best players from the UK. And he also is one of the top players in the PAL DES scene. It's not quite NTSC DES, but yeah, it's kind of close enough. So in that regards, it's amazing that Liolio managed to sweep SV earlier in the top 12. Yeah, exactly, top 12, or like best of 12, round 1. I mean, it's called playoff round officially, so it's kind of funny. But now we're in the quarterfinals over here in DES Tetris season number 2, having Liolio versus Chiller. And let's see how this match will go. Here in the beginning, in game number 1, Chiller was able to get quite a nice lead in now 82 versus for Liolio against 138 here for Chiller. Next Tetris for Leo. So here in the beginning, it's like a 2 Tetris lead here for Chiller, 2.5 Tetris, which is quite nice to have this early, because that means there's gonna be pressure on the opponent for basically the whole 18, at least most likely. Of course, that could change if Chiller does fall behind a lot by, let's for example say, a misdrop that leads to a bad dependency and a closed toe, and then you just need to burn for 10-15 lines, which can happen. And 10-15 lines would be enough here for Liolio to get the lead back. So yeah, let's see. I mean, as I said in the beginning, let's see how this match will go. Specifically now, game number 1 here. We are at 197 against 253. So, Chiller having quite the amazing opening here in this game. You realistically get 100k per 25 lines. You can also get it in like 20 lines. But 100k in 25 lines is what I consider to be the goal as a DES player. So, in Chiller actually being ahead of that here. Now at 300k and not even 60 lines at that point. Of course, he now got a new Tetris, so he's over that. Liolio also at 252, which is basically what I consider to be your goal at this point. Which, because this is like a 500 plus K projection for Liolio, where you have over like a 650k projection here for Chiller. So if Chiller manages to play like this until the end of level 18, it's gonna be quite an amazing lead here into 19. And if you're in the lead into level 19, that does allow you to play much safer, because in level 19 the speed does get noticeably faster. You also get more points per line played, of course. But yeah, so having a lead there is amazing. And it's a 70k lead, that's over 3 Tetris lead here for Chiller. Next Tetris to Leo, next Tetris to Chiller, so simul Tetris. You can also see that Leo has played a line more, so he's in the piece sequence here. Well, he played a line more and he's actually a bit higher than Chiller. That would actually be a nice addition to Nestor's Champs. If Nestor's Champs could show the piece sequence difference. I wonder if that's possible to implement. Like, reasonably easy. Possible, of course it is, because you can implement, in theory, you could implement a whole, like the stacking rabbit. But it just doesn't make sense if you have, let's say, a perfect game as well of stacking rabbit next to normal players. Would be a bit weird, but yeah, we know in the last 29s here. We had 475 for Leo, so quite a nice pace for Leo. But Chiller just still 70k ahead here of Leo at 540, not 560. Really showing us why he managed to get into the top 4 here. Like top 4 in the ranks and currently top 8 in the playoffs. And one more to Chiller now into 600k versus Leo. Leo transitioning in basically this Tetris. Yeah, 549 for Leo. Leo 549, so 550 for Leo. And Chiller also having one line left, but assume that Chiller will take this safety here. 630 for Chiller, so Chiller having about an 80k. It's a bit over a 3 Tetris lead here versus Leo. But needs to burn here in the beginning of 19, also getting a small misdrop over to the left side is low enough that he would get a bar over. He doesn't go for the bar over to the left, instead is going for a few flat burns, now goes over. And we can see that Leo is basically caught up and Chiller now having issues here in the center. This is not looking too good here for Chiller. He doesn't get the longbow over, which means Leo, you just need 643, 643, which is just a few thousand points. And if Leo manages, he got them. So it's 1-0 for Leo. So yeah, Chiller in 18 played really well, but on 19 his board just got out of control. He topped out far too early, which in return has allowed Leo to win this game here. Let's see if Leo does realize that he has won this game, or if he will simply casually play until level 29. I mean, maybe he's also realized that, but he's like, no, let's get that max out. No, he doesn't. Yeah, so let's increment the seed, and then let's start game number 2. Chiller's goal for game number 2 should be to get into a better level 19 position. Yes, Leo, this is a best of 7, which means you need to win 4 games to win the match. It's basically the league phase, just that we have an actual winner. So let's start game number 2 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Liolio has started, Chiller has started. So first piece was the same, second piece is when the differences started. We get a Tetris for Leo, we get a Tetris for Chiller. So it doesn't look like anyone's stacking ideas were noticeably better here in the beginning. And yeah, of course you do have SPS, but even when you have SPS, you still have different stacking ideas, which is where you can get vastly different games. You know, maybe one player can get a max out and the other player just tops out far, like in the first 20 lines, because they just play completely different. Normally doesn't happen in that extreme ways here at the high levels of Tetris, because you know, there's just standard to play in many regards, but it still can happen. So yeah, 116, 117, just a single difference that Chiller played more, and we can see point-wise it is neck and neck. Exactly what we want. Bit of lagging here on Liolio's side, but the stream seems to be stable once again. We can see Chiller here going for column 2 Tetris. Longbow doesn't really fall down, so yeah, he decides to go for a bit of safety burns, now going for the next Tetris. Is also set up now for the next Tetris again, meaning he wants the bar as soon as possible, but it takes a bit. Not taking a single burn. Yeah, he's not that once again that if he gets the Tetris, he will probably go for column 2 once again. Oh no, he actually gets perfect pieces to clean this up. And next Tetris Studio, we are at the halfway point here of level 18 in game number 2. We can see 286, 288, so it is neck and neck here between these two players. In this game, Chiller wasn't able to get ahead a lot in the beginning here. Next Tetris once again to Chiller. So let's see how the second half here of level 18 will go. Will one of these players be able to get into a position like Chiller in the last game, or will this be close and then decided on level 19? Goes to the last 30 lines now. It's still neck and neck, but we have a small lead here for Chiller, who just didn't get the blue S piece over. It is 5-1 for Liolio, 5-23 here for Chiller. Chiller, as we can see on the left side, having a few holes in the stack, which means there's a bit of cleanup, so Liolio should be able to get close in terms of points. And here we can see now same lines, 5-23, 5-29, just a few 1,000-point lead here for Chiller. And you normally get that by playing a triple instead of 3 singles, for example. Because the more lines you play at once, the more points you get per line. Okay, so one more Tetris possible for Chiller, one more Tetris possible for Leo. Chiller is about a Tetris set in points now, but does only got a triple. 583, 584 transition here for Chiller. Liolio getting the Tetris, 576, so again we only have a few 1,000-point leads here for Chiller, but this time both of these players are able to have a clean game into 19. I just said, and Liolio's board is starting off some slight issues here, having holes in the stack, so Liolio's goal is now to clean this up and to try to get into a position where he can properly play once again. But of course also Liolio participated in the last CDWC DES and he got... Did he? I believe he did. I'm confused now about players. I think I'm actually just confused about players. Shoot. Yeah, he participated, I believe, in 2023. Where he got into like... Yeah, but 2023 is too long ago. I forget what I wanted to say. I wanted to talk a bit about the past of CTWC DES and their standings here, but it doesn't matter too much. And we also have DB asking how far is this in the playoffs. We are in the last match of the top 8, and tomorrow we have the last... we are planning to have the last 3 matches. I can show the bracket after this game here, but we can see Liolio in a bit of troubles now. Which means Liolio needs to find a way to clean this up here. It's gonna take a bit, which might allow Chiller to get the lead in once again. Okay, so Liolio is not this more or less same lines, but is open. Chiller wasn't able to get Tetris in here. As Tetris set up now, but so is Liolio. So Tetris for Chiller, Tetris for Liolio. Liolio having like half a Tetris lead here against Chiller now. And one more Tetris to Liolio into 8-18 against 7-7-7 here for Chiller. And we're in the last 2.5 levels, the last 2 levels here on Chiller's side. And only a few lines left here for Liolio to also be on level 27. 27, 28 is the last levels that you can realistically play using dash, because level 29 the speed just does get too fast. But we should be able to see that here now. Chiller can... oh no, the misdrop. I believe that's not it in terms of max outing here for Chiller, depending of course on how clutch you can get on level 29. But I don't believe that's gonna happen here. Yeah, Liolio could... having clutch Tetris on Liolio's side would barely be enough, I believe, but that's also doesn't look possible. 977 though, Chiller at 953, so this was really close here in the end. But Liolio was set by less than a Tetris, and we can see that none of this, and so none of that, none of Chiller's efforts to catch up here in the end worked out, because he wasn't able to get the final bar, and if there would have been one more Tetris for Chiller, he actually would have won the game. But now there's 2-0 for Liolio. And Chiller is ready. Liolio looks like he's typing a bit. Probably. Not fully sure, he just was off screen here. Is now back, so it's getting ready for game number 3, I assume. Which means game number 3 will start in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. You can see here a bit of burning at the beginning for Leo. Chiller so far able to stay clean, getting a nice tuck in, but it's now getting high, having a longbow dependency and cut him 3 nice burns here for Chiller. But this drought is quite dangerous here. Needs something for us, cut him 3. He plays aggressive instead. He now gets the bar, which is gonna be a double burn. Next single here flat for Chiller. Next bar into no burns. Right side of Chiller is pretty much inaccessible now, I believe. Yeah, that's it for Chiller. So we have a quick 3-0 for Liolio. So Liolio already in a 3-0 here. Not quite what you want on Chiller's side, because that means Liolio next up is your match point. Yeah, Chiller was in rank number 4, but he would now need to make a reverse sweep, so in the next 4 games, in order to get into the semi-finals of the DCL Champions League Season 2. So let's start the first match point for Liolio in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh. Tetris here for Chiller, now having the lead here against Liolio, also Tetris for Liolio into 35k against 28 here for Chiller, next Tetris for Chiller, and one more for Leo. So unlike last game, this actually looks like it's gonna be a proper game here now. And one more to Liolio as well as one more to Chiller, and one more to Liolio. And one more to Chiller. See a nice opening here for these two. Let's see how that will go for the next 100 lines of 18. Considering the last game, also of course need to add, assuming that we will get to that point. Can never know for sure, but you know, I do always assume that we will get to that point. Also, let's see if Chiller does get the TPs in time. He doesn't, so he instead uses a single burn here to get that solved. And we can see the next Tetris to Chiller. It is neck and neck, 194 against 192. So a small lead here of a few thousand points for Liolio, getting the next Tetris. And Liolio only needs to win this game in order to win and sweep in the quarterfinals here. Next Tetris we just set for Liolio, so Liolio at 240 against 215 for Chiller, so now Leo has about a Tetris lead in against Chiller. When Chiller's getting quite high here, which means he needs to burn. He needs like a J-piece for the left side. He does get the incorrect J-piece, is far too high now I believe. Does get a double and right side is inaccessible, which means Chiller tops out. And Liolio does actually sweep here. So huge GG's to Liolio, and to me it's how the heck do I actually report this? Stage 2 player matches, data. Something else, table 2. Export. So I have no idea about how to report this. I believe it's actually not up for me. And Chiller saying, first time playing DCL over a month. You still played well here in the first few games, so GG's of course to Chiller for performing well here, and GG's to Liolio for advancing to, as Chiller saying, the finals. But of course he first does have get through. I don't know how to report this again, so Leo is now in winner B3. He needs to play next against Mercos. And we might be able to see Italy versus Italy in the finals if Giovanni and Leo both win this match. And that would mean that the top 12, so the last... Oh, this is not Italy. Wait. Heck, it's not Italy. It's 90 degrees turned. Gosh. Yeah, it's not Italy. What is that flag? So that's a small F up on my side. I apologize for that. Should I pretend to know what flag that is? I believe it's Bulgaria. I believe it's Bulgaria. I apologize for that, Leo. I think I also gave you the wrong flag. Oh god. Well, happens to the best of us. Again, if you enjoy watching DCL Tetris, then feel free to donate to the prize pool, feel free to join the Discord server, and other than that, of course, also feel free to join on the stream tomorrow. And who can we raid? Let's raid Marie. So thanks for watching, have a great and salutary time, and goodbye.